There's a milestone coming up for your manager this weekend of 6 months since he officially took over. It's not been the easiest 6 months, I don't think. How keen is everybody to have some sort of return and reward for all the effort that you guys are putting in, starting against Port Vale this weekend?
Yeah, I think we all want to do well. You know, the managers brought a lot of us here, and the ones who were already here, he's obviously kept on in the summer. So, yeah, we want to win for him, but we want to win for ourselves as well and get up the table. Is
there a sense that you've not got the return for what some of these performances have maybe warranted?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we have had a bit of bad luck along the season so far. We've had a few good performances which should have resulted in 3 points. Two here. Colchester and Harrogate felt like we should have won them games, but we haven't. And then I don't think the game last weekend, myself included, was our best game. So I think we have had a bit of bad luck, things along the way, but those things happen. Hopefully, it'll level out throughout the season.
Is it a different conversation being at home? Given the couple of examples you've just given, are you more encouraged by those performances at home, and should home games be the bedrock of anything you achieve in any season?
I think they are in everyone's seasons, aren't they? At home games, you generally get most points at home. I don't know why it is, and there's been all sorts of research going into it, but it's just one of them coincidences. Obviously the fans help, but you're used to the pitch, I suppose, the dimensions on the pitch. But yeah, we need to have good home form, yeah, and hopefully we can pick up our first win at home tomorrow.
Is it a psychological thing as much as anything? When you go an amount of time without winning a game, does that build, not necessarily pressure, but the fact that it's in your head?
Yeah, I think maybe it does. For myself, obviously, being quite old, I have been through a lot in my career, but the younger ones maybe feel the pressure a bit more. I don't know, but yeah, I think we just need to go into tomorrow, look at it as a game that we can win, and go out there and work as hard as we can to try and win. Yeah,
it's not perhaps as young a dressing room as it's been maybe last season, but in terms of experience, not huge amounts of EFL experience in there. Is that something that you notice? Are you having more conversations with teammates about, I've been here, I've done it, don't worry, it's going to be all right?
Yeah, I think the older I have got, the more I try and help my teammates, and I think I've found that the last few years that I've always got, well, little bits of knowledge that I think will help some people in certain situations, and they do seem to take it on board and listen. I also like to say I've scored there and I've scored here and I've scored against these, but no, the main thing is to try and help my teammates. Yeah.
What's your record like against Port Vale then?
I've scored at Port Vale in the Papa John's, or the Checkatrade it was, on the way to Wembley when I played there, and I've scored in a friendly, I think, at Port Vale. I don't think I've ever scored at home against Port Vale though, but hopefully that'll change tomorrow. Yeah.
How pleased are you with your own consistency as much as anything, to be week in, week out, playing often twice a week and achieving numbers in terms of goals, assists, that kind of stuff, and being able to do that week in, week out? Not really an age thing, just a consistency thing.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not at my peak, but I've still got a lot to offer in this league, and I think my first few performances of the season were good, but the last couple haven't been good, and I can't wait to hopefully be out there tomorrow and put on a better performance than last week. Yeah.
Is that something that also changes with experience? You become more self-analytical and self-critical, self-aware, I suppose.
Yeah, I think I always have been, to be honest, Dan, but you get a lot more feedback as in the video where you can watch and go through the clips and stuff like that. So I think it's easier to self-analyse nowadays with all, like you said, the stats and stuff like that. You can see what you're doing well, what you're not doing well. Whereas in the past, when I first started out, you couldn't see anything really unless it was goals. So yeah, it's a lot easier now to self-analyse, yeah, which I do like to do, yeah.
And you touched on the idea of a bit of bad fortune, things not quite going your way. Is it as simple as that sometimes? A deflection, bounce of a ball, whatever it may be?
Yeah, I think in a couple of games it definitely has been that, yeah. You can obviously help yourself out as a team, but unfortunately bad luck happens sometimes, and we have had a couple of incidents which I would class as bad luck, yeah.
It can change quite quickly then, presumably. It can go in your favour, sort of thing. Is that, you can't sort of hope for that, but can that prove a crucial factor sometimes? Yeah,
but you have to make your own luck, Dan, and it starts with hard work, and then performing to the best of your ability, and hopefully the 11 of us who play tomorrow will produce tomorrow and hopefully get the 3 points.